zone. They have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose.
Here we go. Here we go. 6 yards. All day, dog.
Brissett to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Bartlett. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Into the air once more. It's Brissett. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Rashawn Gary gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
54.
From the gun, here's Brissett. And a reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a fourth down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 18-yard line.
Move ready. Wait.
A first down throw for Winston. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Now the former Sooner, this is Rodney Anderson. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 33-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. To throw, Winston. That one complete to Elliott. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. From the gun, Winston. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This will be taken at the 10. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Check 99. Check 99.
Brissett now. And Thomas has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Six man.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Brushing off defenders. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss. Another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy is disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now Winston. They set up the screen to Penny. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Alshon Jeffrey, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still go.
Throwing, Brissett. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 Short, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56. Come to my world.
Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Brissett. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about it.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 13-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 6 yards. Let's go, baby. We turn it over. Let's get that ball.
Another try for Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the clock.
Jameis to throw it. His throw incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Rashad Penny. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at about the 28. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they let you play.
To throw, Brissett. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Here's Brissett. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, and that's caught inside the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bills' 28-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike, 53.
From the shotgun. It's Brissett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Through an opening, and there he goes. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Brissett. Throw left side to Reynolds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Brissett now, pretty amazing. 14 of 16 throwing the ball. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Tight down. There you go.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now Brissett. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down.
Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action now. Brissett. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Brissett now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Brissett. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The sixth pass, intended for Alshon Jeffrey, incomplete. Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Mike 56. Mike. 56 to Mike.
And in the air once more, it's Brissett. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And once more, he was looking for Alshon Jeffrey, but now it's third down.
Minka Fitzpatrick on the coverage.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
A 25-yard attempt.
Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Prater on to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
5 on the 50.
Back to the ground. This time it's Anderson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Ready. Black 25. Check, 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 check. Here we go.
Here's Winston. And a big loss here as he's taken down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down.
Go. Go.
From the gun, here's Brissett. This pass complete to Reynolds. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Ready up. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Watch the run. Watch the run.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Come on, set. Hey, hold on. 54. Here we go.
Again, it's Barkley. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Play fake. Brissett. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Set, ready. 18 gator. Walk 54.
1st and 10, Brissett. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short. Breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards, the final tally.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Brissett now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. Check 26. Check 26. Watch 54. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Push him back.
Now it's counter. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So with the pass being completed, they'll go ahead and take that instead.
Nothing extra to be gained. Pass interference at the spot, completed the pass. That was your play, so you might as well have not even had the penalty.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Yeah, this is Pittsburgh. Right there, 54 Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
On a jet sweep, this is Johnson. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. It's Barkley on the counter. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points, so while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 1st down throw for Winston. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Winston. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, a give to Penny. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Play action now, Winston.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Play fake. Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Prater for the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Winston. Man open, that's Ray McLeod. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Third and short yardage, Winston. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Slipping into the backfield for the sack was Oren Burks.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. You ain't going nowhere. 50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds to Mike. Big stop. Green, triple thing. Let's go. 50 seconds to Mike. Watch 57. All day, baby. All day. All day. Winston
to throw for it on 4th. He'll find Metcalf. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
Brissett now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. They were looking for Johnson that time. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Winston. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Winston. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Winston on 4th down. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? 3rd and goal, option right. They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. He's still fighting forward. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. James Conner, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, you don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read, pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. Here's the correct call.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They go play action. Winston. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Point after, up and good. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And that will get them one closer. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, pick your game up.
They'll start out here with the option left. A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's go.
Here's Winston. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Winston. And that is incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Throwing, Winston. He gets it to Brown, complete. The 20, 10, 5, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Bills get a bit closer. So it was 4th down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. 4th down there going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after catch that ends up culminating in a touchdown? That's a huge play.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On the run, it's Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Here we go, even. Check hot route.
Winston now. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them, because just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Desperation time. Winston on 4th down. They find some open field here. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This will be taken very short.
Let's go, baby.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Miami, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.